got a minute to spare, that'd be great.
Load me up.
So, how are things going between you and Daniel?
Still pretty tricky. I'm really sorry about the way he's been behaving.
I blame the parents.
He just hasn't been himself lately. And that's teenage hormones for you. A bit of a Jekyll and Hyde scenario. Listen, why don't you come by for a bite to eat later? Maybe we could get a takeaway in or something?
Yeah, okay.
Great.
I'm afraid I gotta go in. I've got a client due.
Right. Listen, I'm sure Dan will soon get used to the idea.
I'll have to start practicing at home.
What?
Walking on eggshells.
Ah, just the person I wanted to see.
Hi.
Glad I caught you. I've just been having a chat with Sinbad here.
Yeah, it's about something that all local business people should be very vigilant about.
Right.
Oh, right. And what would that be?
The increase in juvenile crime and vandalism. But what I'm proposing is that we initiate, as soon as possible, a new, improved shop watch scheme.
Yeah, there'll be a few AGMs and committee meetings to look forward to.
I intend to furnish details of my proposals in due course, and in the meantime, Sinbad, I hope I can rely on you to speak to Mrs. O'Leary about her tearaway son.
Yeah, I know what needs to be said.
Actually, I suspect he's beginning to exert his influence upon certain youngsters who should know better.
Now, wait a minute, David. I hope you're not suggesting that Daniel is somehow tied up with this crime wave.
All I'm saying is that it behoves all parents and guardians in this vicinity to exert greater control over their teenage charges.
Oh, now, wait a minute.
It's not for me to cast aspersions, and I don't have any proof as yet. But if I had certain youngsters in front of me now, I'd be wanting to ask them very serious questions about who stole Jackie Dixon's handbag.
Oh, can't we just go home, Max? I really can't see the point of being here.
It's a counselling service. Look, if they found it important enough for us to come, we should at least listen to what they have to say.
Oh, I know what they're going to say. It's such a tragedy you can't have children, Mr. and Mrs. Farnham. We're here to hold your hand and help you to come to terms with that. Well, I could really do without that, thank you very much.
Well, it can't do any harm, can it? Look, let's just get through this first session now that we're here.
We've been kept waiting an hour and a half. I've got better things to do with my time than hang around here waiting for a lecture on how inadequate I am.
Did you not listen to one word I said last night? There are two people in this marriage, remember, not just you. Isn't it about time that I had a chance?
Hey, son, you couldn't give us an hand here, could you, kid?
Yeah, that's the case.
Yeah, Tom.
You late opening up for the tea time rush, are you?
Oh, I thought I could get away after the last bell, but they kept me behind for a staff meeting. Good job mixing away, innit?
Yeah, what's all this, lad, anyway?
All my books for college, you know. Notes for school, lesson plans, all that sort of gear.
Yeah. So what you do then? Do you just carry them round with you and hope that the knowledge soaks into your brain?
No, I don't. I studied them in great detail, thank you very much.
And you're on top of it all, like, Hubble?
I wouldn't have brought all that lot in to work with me if I was. I'm telling you, Sim, I need every spare minute I can get.
I can't get used to the idea of you swatting, you know. It's not the same not seeing you standing there studying the racing post from cover to cover.
I spent years trying to gamble my way out of having no life. I'm telling you, there's only one thing that'll sort me now, and that's hard work.
You sound like a man with a mission, Jim.
You've got no idea what it's like being in charge of a class full of kids, you know. I mean, I know it's terrifying and all that, but what do you think it feels like when one of them calls you Sir or Mr. Corkle?
But they call you a few other things as well, don't they?
So the only other time people have ever called me Mr. Corkle in the whole of my life is when I've been up in court, standing in the dock.
Sit down, please. My name's Anne Trainer, and it's Max and Susanna, right?
Yes, that's right. I'm Max, and this... Sorry, it's pretty obvious, I suppose.
That's all right. Now, you don't need me to tell you why you've been referred here, of course.
To be honest, we really don't know why we're here.
Well, on paper, I'm supposed to offer you a counselling session about you being unable to conceive. But I tend not to be too formal about these things. I just like to talk, get to know you both a bit.
It's depressing enough knowing we can't have another baby. I don't see how talking about it's going to help.
Well, perhaps you'd like to give me some background. Give us something to work on.
Something that's applicable today. This republic with an official population of some 55 million is heavily
Rachel,
concentrated on the banks
got no
of
food
the
in?
historic river.
Nothing at all?
Well, 2 tins of beans and a packet of custard creams. Now, hardly going to feed the 5,000, is it?
Splendors of Karnak.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't realise.
How much money have you got?
I haven't got anything.
I thought you had the kitty money.
Thought you had?
There was nothing in the jar last time I looked. You must have taken it out and forgotten about it.
No. Look, my purse is empty.
Well, you must have spent it then without realising.
I didn't, honestly.
Never mind. I'll have to go and get a sub out my wages. Save the day again. I hate asking Jackie. She always makes you feel like you're begging.
Hospitality still exists, especially off the tourist track in Sofronie.
Sinbad, have you had a chance to talk to Mrs. O'Tearaway yet?
Hey, do you mind? I know Tinhead can be off his head sometimes, but there's no need to tar his mum with the same brush.
I'm sorry, but someone has to take responsibility for that boy's behaviour.
I know. But what can you do with a kid that won't listen? You can't tie him in chains, can you?
Well, it could come to that eventually. I'll tell you something. If I thought that I had the slightest chance of proving that he stole Jackie Dixon's handbag, I'd report him to the police immediately.
So would I, Bing, believe me. I don't know, maybe jail's the only thing that'll stop him in the end.
Well, he certainly seems hell-bent on getting there.
If I thought talking to him would help, I'd do it. But the lad couldn't care less. And now just seems to be out to cause as much trouble as he can. I don't know, Bing. I sometimes wonder what I'm letting myself in for. I'll see you, mate.
Of course, we know we could never replace Matthew and Emily, but the thought of having another baby, we thought would be right for us.
But it's not going to happen, so that's it. End of story.
What's most frustrating is we don't have any financial problems. We're very happy together. We're in the perfect situation to have a baby around. We thought of adoption.
Yes, that makes sense.
But it isn't going to happen, so we're back to square one.
Well, that sounds to me like there's quite a lot there to talk about. Look, there's no set agenda for this session, so please ask me any questions or raise any anxieties or concerns you may have.
I've been told I can't have any more children. What else is there to say?
That must have been devastating news for you.
It was.
We do have a support group for women who, like yourself, have found out they're unable to conceive.
Support group? Oh, please, that's the last thing I want.
Well, it's up to you, of course. But some women do find it valuable to talk to other women about their experiences.
Oh, this is such a waste of time. We know all this, Max. Sitting around and talking about it might be of benefit to some women, but not me. It's not suddenly going to make me fertile, is it?
Susanna, please, just give Mrs. Traynor a chance.
Right, do you want anything sticking in this wash?
Yeah, I'll do that.
It's all right, I've sorted it now.
Well, there's some t-shirts and things in the basket. They can go into this room. Oh, I don't mind doing it, you know.
Rach, will you sit down? It's about time I did a bit.
Are you sure?
I'm positive you've cleaned the flat from top to bottom. But relax. Oh, no, look. After me moaning on before about us having no money, just found a tenner in my jeans.
Brilliant, it's a tenner more than we thought we had.
I feel like a right divvy now.
So is that the tenner from the kitty jar?
It must be.
That's a relief. I thought I couldn't remember me having it.
Bet you think I'm horrible now, don't you? After making out you'd lost it.
Of course I don't.
So you're not going to swap me for a new model then?
After the way you've stood by me and looked after me, I won't swap you for anything.
She's still carrying an enormous amount of grief inside her, isn't she?
Well, I've tried my best to help her through it, but...
You've got to make space for you to let go as well. You've both been through a devastating experience. Neither one of you has got a monopoly on grief.
I'm really sorry to have wasted your time. I'm sure you've got more deserving people to see than us.
I don't think it's been a waste of time at all.
Well, I better find Susanna. Thank you.
You can come back to us, you know, if you want to talk things out again.
I doubt whether I'll get her through the door.
You don't have to come together. It could be just you.
You know, sometimes I wish there was a pill I could just take to make the pain go away.
There's no miracle cure for grief, I'm afraid.
No. I know. Well, thank you for your time.
Sinbad, we've been through this.
I'm telling you, our Timothy is not a bag snatcher.
I'm just letting you know the type of rumours that are flying round, that's all.
But surely to God he wouldn't rob off his own. I mean, Jackie saw Ben's girlfriend, and we were there when it happened. It is.
Do you know what you're going to say?
I'm just going to ask him straight out.
Yeah, well, you better do all the talking. I don't want to pour any more fat in the flames.
Hiya, love.
All right.
Where have you been?
Out.
Doing what exactly?
Nothing.
Well, what's that supposed to mean?
Whatever you want it to.
Timothy, will you
stay here and talk to your mother. Are you going to let him get away with that?
I know. I'll give him 5 minutes and I'll go and talk to him.
I hate the way he treats you like dirt.
Doesn't really.
That's not what it looks like to me.
Well, he's still young, isn't he?
Carmel, he's 16. How old have you got to be to sort yourself out? And if he treats you like this, imagine what he's like with people like Bing in the garage. People are up in arms about him. And I'll tell you what, they're not going to put up with this nonsense for much longer.
Jimmy, what are you doing?
More lesson plans. Can't believe it. I thought teachers just went in and blanked it till the bell went.
How's it going?
Oh, you know, so. Well, a hell of a night in the chippy. Thought I might have had a couple of quiet moments so I could get on with it.
Can't this wait? You're exhausted.
If it could wait, I wouldn't be here doing it now, would I, love?
Shall we make you a drink or something?
No, you're all right.
Do you, Sonny?
No.
Well, if you're not going to eat, at least you should get some sleep.
I know. I know.
Oh, come to bed, love. Come on. Come back to this in the morning when you're fresh.
Yeah, you're right, I suppose. You go up, I'll switch things up down there.
No, I'll sit it down here. Come on. You'll be asleep before you're headed to the pillow. Come on, stand up.
Probably won't even make it to the bedroom. You'll have to step over me on the stairs.
Tonight we'll be having a look at our British boxing talent and asking the top coaches and players whether they are up to the challenge of the American newcomers. But first, commentary from this week's Premiership.
Don't you think it's time for you to be going to bed, Dan?
I'm not tired.
Well, whether or not you're tired, it's still too late for you to be up with school tomorrow.
I'm watching the telly.
You've been falling asleep for the past 10 minutes.
I'm listening to it, just resting my eyes.
I've got a heavy schedule tomorrow. I think I might just hesitate.
There's no need for you to go.
No, honestly. I was due a few things in the post and, well, I could do with checking what's come.
Eleanor, please, don't go. I'll get down to bed straight away.
Dan's missing his mum. She's barely been gone a couple of months. It's hardly surprising that he needs some love and care and attention from you at the moment. Let's just give each other some space. I do us all some good.
We are still going to be seeing each other, aren't we?
Yes, of course we are. Stop worrying. You could just do with spending some time together. He needs you more than I do.
And it's in there, and he scored.
Night, Daniel.
Night. Look, I'm really sorry.
Yeah, I know. Night.
Night.
Dad, I was watching that.
Tough. This is my house. I pay the bills and I bought the television. So I decide who watches what and when, okay? The same way as I ought to be able to decide who comes into this house and who I choose to spend my time with. Look, Daniel, I know this is hard for you, but you're too intelligent to be carrying on like this, so please, bedtime.
I don't want to go to bed.
Daniel, bed.
No.
I said bed now before I really lose my temper.
I can't even breathe in this house anymore. Timothy! Timothy!
Any luck?
I can't even get him to open the door.
You can't let him push you like this, you know, Carmel. There's got to be a limit.
Timothy, I want you out here now!
What you want?
How about a bit of respect from you for a start?
I was talking to my mum.
I want you to look me in the eye, and I want you to tell me the truth.
What is this?
I want you to promise me.
I'm not promising nothing. What's going on?
There's all kinds going on round here. Cars getting crashed through fences, handbags being robbed, and guess who's the prime suspect?
Who?
You little toe rag.
And you're going to believe that, aren't you? Just 'cause your fancy man told you. Well, we all know why he'd say that, don't we? The sooner he gets me banged up, the sooner he can shack up here with you on his own. Be trying to bin our Mel off next.
I want to know the truth, and I want to know it now.
I've told you, I haven't burnt nothing, I haven't robbed nothing, all right?
Mum, what's all the shouting?
Nothing, love. Go back to bed.
I'm supposed to sleep through that.
Timothy, will you turn that down, please? Go on, love. Go back to bed now.
Still thinking about today?
Sort of.
We didn't get very far, did we?
I've had better days.
You're just not feeling sleepy.
Some nights I just can't face going off to sleep. At least in the day I can occupy my mind, but at night, you can't choose what happens in your dreams, can you?
No.
And it's not just dreams about Matthew and Emily. Some nights it's you and me with a new baby. And always often some lovely picnic somewhere. And the new baby's sleeping peacefully in a Moses basket. And you and me just lying there. Just being happy. And then I open my eyes. And none of it is true. None of it. Well, I suppose I just have to get used to the idea. We can't conceive. We can't adopt. And it's just going to be you and me. Growing old together. And that's that. End of story. Jimmy, what are you doing?
Couldn't sleep, love. Thought I might as well do a bit, you know. I can't understand half of it, Jack. Must have read this one page 10 times already.
Oh, Colby. As long as you're trying your best, they can't ask you to do any more than that, can they?
What if my best isn't half good enough, eh?
Come back to bed, love. Please. You're making yourself ill carrying on like this, Jim.
Yeah, I'll just give it another half hour, eh? You know better than most, Jack. Spent the whole of my life trying to take the easy way out.
About time. Took you long enough. Can we come in?
You can.
Well, I think this should involve all three of us.
Why? I don't want him coming into my room.
Sinbad's been a good friend to me, and to all of us. And you should be grateful you've got someone who'll stick up for you.
Oh, he was the one who gave me the bad name.
The only bad name you've got, you've earned for yourself. You didn't need any help from me.
How come you're always hassling me?
I'm hassling you because I'm hearing all kinds about you, and I've had enough. I want the truth out of you, son, about all this business, the cause and that. Tim, people don't go around accusing somebody of something they haven't done. Not unless they've got good cause.
He does.
What about robbing Jackie Dixon's handbag?
So first I'm a car robber, and now I'm a bag snatcher.
From under our noses outside Barbruki.
Tim, I want to know the truth. Did you steal Jackie's bag?
No.
You're lying.
Read my lips. I didn't steal it.
Why don't you tell your mum the truth?
The truth is, you're a blade who doesn't know nothing.
Right. It's about time you learned a few manners, mate.
Mum, get him off me!
Sinbad, back off him, will you?
I could sue you for assault.
Not from behind bars you couldn't, because that's where you're going to end up, the way you're shaping.
Wish you hadn't done that.
What?
I just hate accusing him on someone else's word.
Oh, even if that word's mine. He's got you wrapped around his little finger again, hasn't he?
He's me son. I've got to stand by him.
Well, you'll be standing by him. You caught the way things are going.
Well, there's no proof to say he stole that handbag. He mightn't be ending up in court.
Someone will have seen him, love. He'll be on the security cameras at the garage or something. He did it, love. You've got to face up to it. And I tell you what, if they did catch him robbing on them security cameras, I don't hold out much hope for the lad. There'll be nothing down for him. You know, I'll see you anyway.
Well, where do you go?
I'm off. I don't even want to stay in the same house as him. Or somewhere where my word means nothing.
In Out of Africa next on 4, a look at the desperate plight of a pride of lions facing the harshest of all struggles to survive the drought of the century.